Say what you gotta say, or put the recorder away.
That was it? Hey buddy. In part 1, I made a case for the existence of ghosts. Being the supernatural phenomenon that I personally believe the most, I thought that it would be fun to do the ghost hunt myself.
What is your name? Tell me your name.
I myself am a believer, basically. I personally own quite a wide variety of ghost hunting equipment, and I was planning to show you in part 2 an extended version of the ghost hunt to show you how easy it is to fake results. And though I would never dare call myself an expert, I certainly know enough tricks of the trade to falsify results and make it seem like encounters are more real than they really are. And I feel like it would be a little redundant to just sit here and explain why I don't think ghosts are real, because you already know why ghosts aren't real. I mean, I've spent years on this channel debating the existence of God, and when it comes to things that can neither be proven nor disproven, I feel like I'd just be making those same arguments I've been making for years, all over again. And I'd love to sit here and go through the list of all of the ghost-like phenomenon people have claimed to see over the years and tell you why each and every single one of them is fake or can be easily faked. Especially the Victorian era, when they were doing levitation, seances, ectoplasm photography, ghost photography. But I don't really need to do that because Houdini already did that. Being a magician himself, Houdini was quite well versed in the art of illusion. He would quite often troll from seance to seance, debunking the performance of those who were running it. For example, during a seance, all participants would put their palms on the table. While doing that, the table would lift underneath their hands. Of course, which should be impossible, but Houdini noticed that they were actually hiding sticks under their sleeves to lift the table covertly. And the art of ectoplasm photography sure looks creepy as hell in these old, low-quality photos. But if you develop this photo as crisp as possible, it's sort of hard to not notice that that's just sheer fabric. Really low-quality sheer fabric at that. With simple tricks like double exposures, where you take 2 photos on the same cell of film, you can make it appear as if an apparition has appeared transparent in front of your solid background. An easy enough trick, but not everybody had their own camera in the Victorian era. But Houdini could afford one, and Houdini made the single best ectoplasm photo to date. And I wanted to do the exact same thing with modern equipment, except just debunk myself. I performed the entire thing inside of a chaotic electromagnetic field. Next to the router, my EMF detector went all the way to red. See that? It's probably because it's next to my phone here. I was also surrounded by 2 cameras, a giant light, a laptop, and my lapel mic radio, all of which would have affected every single piece of my sensitive ghost hunting equipment, throwing off all of the results to the point where they can't be trusted. And at first, that's exactly what I thought I was getting when I recorded those screams on my IC recorder. But quite to my surprise, I ended up with a few results that I didn't quite expect.
We know that you're here. Please tell me what your name is. Flashing is flop.
Whoa! That was actually like a f***ing word or something. What the f***? But before we get started, I just wanted to give a huge thank you to all of my patrons. I couldn't do this without you. If you love the Armored Skeptic and you'd like to support the channel, please consider donating to my Patreon. Also, check out my merch store. I'll have fun new designs up every month. Guys, if you're enjoying the series and you want to see more, you gotta hit subscribe and the notification bell now. So tonight we got the old set together, a voice recording radio that people often use on ghost hunts. Supposedly this is really good for picking up voices, but I haven't really gotten anything convincing yet. These things are a favorite among ghost hunters because you often hear noises that are not your own voice being played back to you. But the thing is, that's why these were discontinued. This has nothing to do, likely, with hearing ghosts talking. And it has everything to do with the fact that the microphone is like 5 kilohertz. And at 5 kilohertz, everything sounds like Darth Vader. And this thing has several different microphone settings. And on the most sensitive microphone setting, this device is not supposed to record anything if nobody is talking. And I don't mean it's supposed to record silence or white noise. I mean, it's not even supposed to record.
The way this thing is supposed to work is when I start to talk, the timer starts to climb. But then if I stay quiet, it stops. And then if I start to talk again, it starts to record again. And it will take both of those things and mash them together as if I never had a pause in the middle. But it's during those pauses that we're getting those weird results. All of a sudden the light starts to flash and the number starts to go up, but nobody's talking.
Pepper Potts, who was helping me record the ghost hunting session, often complains that when we voice chat, there's a Star Trek-like noise that comes over my microphone onto her computer. If this device was picking up that same sound and then mashing it all together into one recording, it probably would sound just like those screams. The problem is that almost every single time I asked for a response that wasn't a scream, I didn't get a scream.
Tell me what your name is. Flashing it.
Wah, 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 wah. Of course, the old Spirit Box radio. I think this thing's busted because I did not store it very well, but we're gonna try our best. This is similar to any other radio. The only difference is it's designed to sweep through radio stations very quickly. You mostly just hear the static between the stations, but anytime it sweeps through an active frequency, you hear voices or pieces of music from that radio station. That on its own creates a certain phenomenon known as pareidolia. When your brain thinks that it's seeing a pattern in an image or hearing a word in random noise, ghost hunters hear voices out of this because they want to hear voices coming out of this. That's why they bought it. And of course, K2 meter, looking for electromagnetic fields. Everybody needs this on their ghost hunt, but you also need to understand what it means when the K2 meter actually picks up readings. Yes, this thing picks up electromagnetic fields, but that's what makes it the least reliable piece of ghost hunting equipment. If you're in an old creepy building where all the power is shut off and there's no reason for there to be an electromagnetic field, and you start to detect one, especially a strong one, that would be a pretty good sign that something's not right there, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's a ghost. If you want results that indicate that what you're getting is a ghost, you have to talk to the ghost and get it to light this thing up. Spirit, if you're here, light up my K2 meter. Okay, that was a little bit creepy. And though I believe that spirits use electromagnetic fields to interact with our physical world, I'm not sure that that means that being in one when you're doing your tests is going to give you false results or better results. And the problem is that this is the easiest device to fake results with, because all you need to do is introduce an electromagnetic field. Hey ghost, do you like pizza? Mamma mia! Consider this piece of equipment more of a guide. This is a word chooser app. It detects movement, vibrations, knocks, and bangs, but also picks up electromagnetic fields coming from several different directions. And I'll admit that I've had a lot of fun with this app. Pepper Potts and I will often just turn it on while we're talking to see what kind of random stuff will come up during our conversation. And more than just a couple times, words came through one of our devices that sounded like they were related to the discussion we were having. Any magnet or electromagnetic field, cell phone, laptop, router you get it near is going to set this off. Anytime you bump it, knock it, it's going to go off. Spoon. And every single result that I show in the video is a false reading. But that being said, it was still very creepy that it said malevolent 3 times. Okay.
Malevolent. Malevolent. Malevolent.
Okay, it's kind of going crazy right now. I've been subscribed to dozens of ghost hunting channels over the years, and I can't help but feel even the strongest believers still fake most of their results, whether they realize they're doing that or not. And I mean, you're not gonna spend hundreds of dollars on ghost hunting equipment, drive miles out to a remote location, spend money to rent space in an abandoned building, and spend the whole night there with your friends playing with your equipment, and then just get nothing. That's boring. If you were told that insane asylum was haunted, you're going to convince yourself that it's haunted. Which is why ghost hunters are the least reliable ghost hunters. Even if ghosts are real, I'm not convinced that we could even properly detect them. How do you look for something that has no physical form and doesn't seem to interact with the environment other than when it wants to? How do you even prove that ghosts exist? How would you even meaningfully create an experiment to determine that? It's the fact that ghosts can't be reproduced in a lab that makes them unaccepted in academia. But just because something is not repeatable does not mean that it's not real. We're dealing with what could be an intelligent being. You can't just create a scenario where you expect a ghost to come into your laboratory and voluntarily answer every single question that you have for it. Even ghost hunters don't think a ghost would do that. And maybe some people are just more sensitive to ghosts, and other types are completely blind to the phenomenon. And if that's the case, again, the question is, how do you create a meaningful experiment that would satisfy even those that are incapable of seeing or hearing ghosts? If ghosts are real, I can't imagine that it's such a great idea to invite them into your house. I liked the idea of going out to haunted places and checking for them, but the principle behind this is dumb. So, you know, God bless me, please, for I'm about to invite some demons into my house. Oh, here, I see an on and an off, but they do nothing. This might be broken. I just put new batteries in this. How can this be possible?
Inserting the batteries. Make sure the battery's in the right way.
Oh, I see. Yeah, one of the batteries is backwards. Oh, we have power. Hello, kitten. It is somewhere around 3:30, the witching hour. Round about that time. Hello? Are there any freaking ghosts here? I'm gonna say tentative maybe. You see that? It's probably because it's next to my phone here. Yeah, I think it was the phone. So that should be fine. Oh yeah, I've got a router not too far from here, so it's probably throwing off some Wi-Fi. Hello ghosts, this is a sound recorder. All you need to do is talk right into the microphone on top. Is anybody here?
Is anybody here?
Still a solid nothing. That is freaking me out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we're just gonna pretend that this is fine and doesn't mean anything. If there's a ghost here, let it go all the way to red. Make it go to red. Oh, okay, freaking hell. It just flashed the word needy. The app just flashed the word needy. I'm being needy, telling the ghost what to do. It's just having fun. Maybe I was blocking it. Yeah, my hand is enough to block it. So we're probably dealing with my Wi-Fi router here. That doesn't explain why my cat is running around like she's on fire. Are you okay? I remember this being the most frustrating thing because this was the most expensive because they discontinued these. So I had to buy it off of eBay for like 600 bucks. I got maybe one or two sort of half decent, sort of interesting recordings on it, but money to payoff wise, this thing is extremely disappointing. Perhaps the spirit does not appreciate that I'm talking to it like I talk to my cat. So of course my last toy here, the spirit box. This is my favorite because you're always getting voices. No matter what you're saying, you're always getting something back. Hello spirits, is there anybody with me tonight? If there are any spirits with me tonight, please say something through this radio. My name is Gregory. What is your name? A female spirit that sometimes follows me around. Is she with me tonight? If she's with me, can she say her name, please? Can she tell me why she follows me? Sounded like she said no. This doesn't work super well indoors. With this tiny antenna, it basically requires you to be in a big open space. So I got really good results in a park, in a cemetery, on top of a hill. But then when I got down to lower down places where I couldn't get a radio signal, if it can't hear the radio signal, then it can't give you voices. So that's sort of the flaw with this thing. So I guess of all the things, this is the one that I think makes the most sense. Because the principle is what ghosts are doing is manipulating the radio waves in the electromagnetic field, basically being fed to this radio, or what this radio is reading. The ghost chooses to allow certain words through the speaker in response to you. In principle, if ghosts are related to electromagnetic fields, which I believe that they are, then they should be able to manipulate radio waves on some level. And even though it is like the #1 candidate for pareidolia, I had some times when I was absolutely convinced I was talking to somebody. Whether I really believed it or not, at the end of the night, I still had fun. So my Volvolus app so far has said wide. Okay.
Malevolent. Malevolent. Malevolent.
Okay, it's kind of going crazy right now. I think I might have let my cell phone get too close to the laptop. It has 3 axes, and those 3 axes represent 3 levels of detection. So see, 2 of them are lit up just because I'm holding it. It detects movement, detects like bangs, knocks, and of course, detects electromagnetic fields, which again, when you're indoors in a building that has like lights and Wi-Fi, it's not going to be super reliable. I believe that ghosts either are themselves part of the electromagnetic spectrum, or that what we can see of them, the way that they manipulate our reality, is through the electromagnetic spectrum. It said malevolent to me 3 times. That it did freak me out a little bit.
Calibration complete.
Okay. You can also type in a question. This brings up like the question of, could a ghost from the Victorian times use a radio? Would they really know what a radio was? Would a ghost from the Victorian times know how to use an app? Would they understand even what a smartphone is? In the Victorian times, they had like a ton of different ways to test for ghosts. They would even check to see if a candle turned blue. Sounds like just about the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But what kind of ghost would know how to use a radio? Basically any ghost between, what, the 1910s to like the early 2000s. A ghost 20 years from now might have no understanding of what a radio is. They might not have been exposed to one. Like kids don't even know what Game Boys are. Am I going off topic a little bit? Using things like this, a voice recorder, like you have to remember, if you're going to a place where ghosts would even know what the hell this is. Hello ghosts, my name is Gregory. Do you know what a voice recorder is? Please say yes right into the top of this device. The way this is supposed to work is it's supposed to be dead silent if it's not recording anything, but it's picking up white noise for some reason. Well, that must be my refrigerator? There's no way you hear my refrigerator.
Ghosts, spirits, anybody here, are any of you responsible for that ambient noise that I can't hear?
You can hear like how terrible the audio quality is, and that's because the microphone compresses the audio too much. And that's why it sounds like you're getting ghosts, because if you just like brush the mic or if the wind hits it, it can sound like, which you can imagine sounds like a response to a question. Right, so I'm using it wrong. How do I change it? Mode, sensitivity level, I put it all the way down. All right, ghosts. I think I got my stuff together now. Let's try this. Test number 372. Ghosts, please talk into the top of this microphone. Okay, I saw it flashing, and even though I had it on for like a good 20 seconds, it only recorded 11 seconds of audio. So I'm betting this is it, folks.
Test number 372. Ghost, please talk into the top of the microphone.
And I think I'm going to quit.
What was that?
That
Again.
was real. What the f?
What was that? Was it like screaming?
Yes. What the f? Something just screamed into the microphone. Holy sh.
And now we can slow down the playback to see what it actually, when you slow it down.
Okay. Oh my god, that actually gave me goosebumps. I've heard people get screams before, but I never thought I would get something like that.
Ghost, please talk into the top of the microphone.
That's amazing. I wonder if it was actually trying to do that the whole time and it couldn't until I got the microphone down. People have heard that over these before though, and I'm not sure that that actually means something is screaming into the mic. That's the reason they discontinued these, because people were hearing noises that weren't their voices being recorded over these. Imagine like being in the middle of a meeting and you're like, yeah, Jerry, go ahead and put on the statistics for downtown, and then Michael here. Okay, Spirit, that was fun. So we know that you're here. Please tell me what your name is. It's flashing a lot, so I'm betting it's still picking up some background noise somewhere. And plus I've got a bunch of devices around here, so it's, I don't know. Let's hear this again. I'm betting that this is gonna make that same screaming noise again and that it's not actually a demon screaming.
Okay, Spirit, that was fun. So we know that you're here. Please tell me what your name is. Flashing is what?
Whoa! That was actually like a f***ing word or something. What the f***?
Tell me what your name is. Flashing is what?
Wah, 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 wah. The answer was wah, 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 wah. One more time.
Your name is. Flashing is what?
Are you the one playing with this EMF reader that's in my left hand here? Are you using that electromagnetic field to talk to me?
Okay, Spirit. Are you the one playing with this EMF reader that's in my left hand here? Are you using that electromagnetic field to talk to me?
Just white noise again. And the sensitivity's down, so I shouldn't have gotten something so drastically different. I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm going to ask the same question, but I'm not going to touch this. Hello, Spirit. There's a lot of electromagnetic interference here. Is that you doing that? Are you playing with my K2 meter? I shouldn't ask two questions
There's a
every
lot of
time.
electromagnetic
Whoa.
interference here. Is that you doing that?
Whoa. Right after I said hello, Spirit, I heard a screech again.
Are you playing with my K2 meter? Spirit, are you the one?
That sounded like a response. Let's listen to that again. Right after I say hello, Spirit, it sounds like it goes wah. And then after I ask it, are you the one playing with my K2 meter? It sounds like an intelligible response. But again, I can't really hear the words.
Hello, Spirit.
No.
There's a lot of electromagnetic
you do.
interference here. Is that you doing that? Are you playing with my K2 meter?
And then,
Spirit, are you the one?
and halfway through the response, you hear Pepper Potts here saying that the K2 meter's going off. I hear you in the middle of him going wah, wah, wah. And then I hear K2 meter went off. And then he keeps talking. Now I'm actually surprised at the results that I'm getting with this, because Like, I was never getting anything this good before. Okay, Spirit, I'm not done with you for tonight, but is there anything you have to say? Try to keep it to 2 words. Give me a 2-word response about yourself. When it's picking up audio, there's a light on the top that flashes, and it's sort of freaky having it sit there with no noise around you, and then all of a sudden it just starts to flash like it's picking up audio.
Okay, Spirit, I'm not done with you for tonight, but is there anything you have to say? Try to keep it to 2 words. Give me a 2-word response about yourself.
That was only 1 word, Spirit, and it was a very rude word.
2-word response about yourself.
Oh, I'm mistaken. That was definitely 2 words, but they were both just screaming. That is f***ing bizarre. I gotta be honest. I have legit goosebumps. Spirit, can you use this radio to talk to me? Spirit, are you with me tonight? There was a spirit that was screaming at me through my recorder. Are you with me? Can you hear me through this radio? Can you tell me your name? Please tell me your name. Are you upset? Are you nervous? Are you afraid? Spirit, why are you in my apartment? Are you here because I asked you to be? Is there anybody else here? How many spirits are in my apartment right now? Can you tell me any other names? Name somebody that's with me right now. One last chance for the spirit that screams. Please tell me your name. We got a spirit that screams here. Trying to be really scary. You too much of a baby to say your name over the radio? Tell me your name. What is your name? Tell me your name.
What is your name?
It's just gonna scream again. It's just gonna scream. I'm genuinely baffled by this. I have never gotten something like this.
What is your name? Tell me your name.
Da, da, da. Then a pause. There's definitely 3 syllables, like Lucifer. Pause.
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of, yeah, something like that. Lucifer, Prince of Darkness? That'd be
Tell
fun.
me your name.
It is! Lucifer, Prince of Darkness! Dude, you wish! I'm moving it so it's going off. It's so far only given me yourself, and then twist, twist, and I'm assuming because it says twist twice in a row that that's a false reading from me hitting it. So far all it has said is yourself. Now let's hear what my buddy here has to say.
Dude, you wish. What is your real name?
I just pissed him off. He is so angry. And that stopped, so I guess he's gone now. He just rage quit on me, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe next time, next Halloween, I'll get you a scarier ghost. Oh, you still want to play, do you? One more. You're not allowed to get mad, though, all right? If you have a message for the world, now is your chance. That was very short. It was very, very short.
If you have a message for the world, now is your chance.
Another problem with this is there's a built-in hard drive. So it's just re-recording over the old sound files, and there's a possibility that there is corruption between them. Okay, sorry, Spirit. That was my bad. Please repeat your message to the world.
Your message to the world.
That's about exactly as long.
Spirit, that was my bad. Please repeat your message to the world.
That was so short. I'm gonna turn off everything that can be like possibly interfering. Tickle? It said tickle. Control test. No question, just recording. Wow, it recorded about 4 seconds of audio. Sounds like we got a one-note pony over here. Hey everybody, there's a big frick up over here. I gotta find a more quiet room, so let's go into my office. Welcome to my professional YouTube channel. This time we're doing it on the lowest sensitivity. Wow, okay. 5 seconds. Okay, let's see what, we're gonna play this one in front of Pepper Potts here. Well, okay, so in the first test, I did the same control again on the second lowest sensitivity, and it just got the same ambient noise as usual. It did a full recording. And then I just did another one on the lowest sensitivity, and it got 5 seconds in about a 30-second period. And I've not listened to it yet, but I've already got the goosebumps ready, if you're ready. So, dead silent room, no question, control test. It's like, hello, cut, and then the sound of me turning it off. So I just have a screamer. Okay, Spirit, this screaming game is funny and everything, but like, that only tells me so much about you. Say something that sounds like words. It's just gonna be screaming again. Something, maybe there's something wrong with this.
Okay, Spirit, this screaming game is funny and everything, but like, that only tells me so much about you. Say something that sounds like words.
Wow. And there was another one right at the end.
Something that sounds like words.
It definitely was not just screaming again. There's a lot of variation though. It's not just ambient noise. Yeah, and then there's just that right at the end.
Say something that sounds like words.
Da da do dee do. And then there's a little bit more. I liked that a lot better, thank you. Can you please tell me why you're here?
Tell me why you're here.
Nothing that time. That's actually the first time we've gotten nothing on the lowest setting. Okay, Spirit, I'm sorry I didn't hear anything that time. Can you please tell me why you're here? I don't know, it's continuous recording again. I don't understand.
Okay, Spirit, I'm sorry I didn't hear anything that time. Can you please tell me why you're here?
So there are like multiple other ways to do EVPs. I've seen people use microphones and then play the audio back through different filters. You know, if you hear words in the noise coming back at you that weren't the words you said, then you know that that's not you talking. There's some pretty interesting results you get that way. White noise EVPs, apparently you can blow a fan into a microphone and get EVPs. Those all sound like a wide variety of Victorian-esque sort of like mindset answers to something like that. Whatever this EMF field is, you see that, yeah. When I put it right down at the table level, it just flares right up. I'm wondering if that's not what's causing our little audio problem, the little feedback noise that we're getting on the recorder here. I could be increasing the signal strength of this thing by either putting an extension on it or feeding, even just going out into my balcony. I'd probably get better results. If your house has like one of those old school weather antenna things on your roof, you can probably hook it up to that too, give you a little bit better results. But I've seen people take these into like battleships and stuff and not get any results because they're not getting any radio signal. If there's a spirit here, say hello, please. My name is Gregory. What is your name? I'm making a video for my YouTube channel. Is there anything you want to say to my audience? Please say hello. Did you say only one? I don't know if it's just that I don't have enough patience or if I'm just not getting good enough results with this tonight, but I'm not getting enough voices back. Who's the spirit calling himself Lucifer? What's your real name? Is there anything that you would like to say to me?
I'm not scared of you, even though you scream a lot. Do you have anything more intelligible to tell me?
He screams again, like between my words, and then you hear bow wow 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 wow, bow wow 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 wow.
Even though you scream a lot. Do you have anything more intelligible to tell me?
That's so interesting.
I genuinely cannot understand what you're saying. Please enunciate more. Say something more simple, please.
Nothing. Okay, last chance, spooky spirit. Say what you gotta say before I put the recorder away. So I saw it flash again, not a continuous record. It must be picking up some sort of ambient something. It might even be an electromagnetic field that's like f***ing with the microphone and making that screaming sound.
Okay, last chance, spooky spirit. Say what you gotta say before I put the recorder away.
That was it?
Okay, last chance, spooky spirit. Say what you gotta say before I put the recorder away.
I think he just said bye. Goodbye. It was nice to meet you. Please never come back. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. So I'm unhappy with the results. Not that they were bad results, just not what I wanted. Most disappointing though that I didn't get any too meaningful through the radio here, though I'll have to listen to it again through the playback. Spirits, if you are here, this is your last chance to talk through the radio. Say something to my audience before I turn it off. What is that? It's like a sound like metal. What's your name? Can you tell me your name? The metal sound again. What the hell is that? Sounds like somebody banging a metal pole. Who's banging the metal pole? Tell me. Who is banging the metal pole? So in conclusion, I am not convinced that ghosts exist, but I cannot dismiss the phenomenon. I've had far too many bizarre results, especially with these two pieces of equipment, and I've had far too many nights where I was convinced that I was going to hear nothing, and then I thought I was having a back and forth conversation with someone. And I don't need to pull a Houdini here. I don't need to be a total neckbeard and tell you that ghosts don't exist. I'm sure you can come to that conclusion on your own.
And though I'll admit that the screaming is
I think I'm gonna quit. Somebody please say goodnight. Good enough for me.